Hey everyone, this is Tony Reeves. If you like my content or have any suggestions, please let me know, and by all means, make sure you share. The only way I can get my word out is you help me get the word out as well. Hey everyone, this is Tony Reeves, and this is Reeves Point of View. I want to take a moment to tell you why Black history is your history. One of the things that always catches my attention is when people find themselves getting annoyed or angry because you have all these different months, whether they be Asian Pacific Month or Hispanic Awareness Month or Women's Month or Black History Month. And I often have to remind people of a very fundamental fact. The reason why these months are emphasized is because sometimes we forget that history is often taught from a perspective, meaning the books that we have are taught from a perspective, the literature we have is from a perspective, the things we hear are from a perspective. And what we often forget is that there are so many other cultures that are out there that we should also take the opportunity to celebrate. I throw this out here is because, of course, January 18th, we had the opportunity to celebrate Martin Luther King's birthday. On January 20th, our nation will be ushering its very first African American and Asian American vice president and woman vice president, as well as the fact that a few days after that, we'll be ushering in another Black History Month. There is something that's constantly can be learned from all these different months. And the idea is to make sure we remind people that there are aspects of our country that we often don't take the opportunity to showcase, and we don't take the opportunity to bring to the light of people's attentions. For instance, how many of you actually may have heard of the Tuskegee Airmen? How many of you are aware of the fact that the surveying of the capital of the United States was surveyed by Benjamin Madison, a Black man? How many of us know these various little tidbits of history, whether it be recognizing that there's parts of our country that underwent bombings as a result of during the Civil Rights Movement? How many of us realize that there was a period of time when children actively participated in marches? And how many of you are aware that the bombing that occurred with regards to the 4 little girls in Birmingham was because of the children that were actually protesting the Jim Crow laws at the time? We have a wealth, I mean a wealth of great knowledge and history out there that we often take for granted is available to us. And what ends up happening is that there are people who feel like when they hear these months that they're being held hostage. You're not being held hostage. This is your history too. I don't care that I'm not Hispanic. Hispanics and Latinos and Latinas played an integral role in the evolution of our country. So anytime I learn something new from that culture, I celebrate it. It doesn't matter if I'm not Asian Pacific, whether it be Guam or Samoa or anybody like that. It doesn't matter if I was not born in Thailand or China or Japan or Singapore, any of those places. The reality is that we are Americans and we have a wealth of different information about our histories that we can share with each other. Black history is your history. Don't treat it like you're being force-fed to learn something that you don't want to learn. Recognize that this is a part of your history. Embrace it and let it embrace you.